Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I left some windows open there. Close that, close that. It's been a bit of a busy morning here in United People's TV towers. How are you all doing? It's still cold, though. God damn. Man, I hate winter. Right. Should we run through the news? Should we speak about Wharton Baleba? What's been said there? The new stadium, a little bit of progress in the talks there. Liverpool build-up, that's beginning properly. Starting 11 videos going out today. And yeah, we're going to be running through everything you say in the comments as well. Let's see who's here from the mods and the members gang, and let's get on with today's show. It looks busy down here. Connor, you're saying, can't believe I caught live. Finally. Good morning to you, dude. I'm guessing you've been busy as well. Alex, good morning to you. Stephanie, you're there as well. We've got Carl there. He's two. Shawab, good morning to you, man. Thank you very much for being so generous this week. Legend. Josh, I can see you there. Teresa, we've got Paul. We've got Bojan. We've got Dean. How you doing, Dean? We've got Teresa. We've got, I might have said that already, Dylan. Steve, good morning to you. Right. I want to say, let's get on with this. It's been a very busy morning here because we have been working hard on the relaunch of the podcast. New and improved podcast. Obviously ran into massive problems when we realised, we don't need to speak about that. But I'll tell you what it is, right? First things first, the podcast is up on Spotify and Apple now. If you want to go and listen, because we've changed the name, there used to be United Daily. So if you typed United Daily in, then you will find the pod. If you now type United Daily in, this doesn't show up. If you type United Peoples in, the United Stand shows. No. So I think it's going to take a little bit of time for the search engines and all that jazz to sort itself. But here's the kicker. This is a video podcast as well as an audio podcast. And because of the platforms that we're currently hosted on, we couldn't upload the video to Spotify, which is going to be the aim. And that's the aim. All right. So what I'm probably going to do after the live show, before the lunchtime video goes out, is upload the video version of the pod, which has been edited to members only on YouTube as a pilot, whilst we try in the background to figure out what needs to go on between where we host the podcast and how we upload the podcast. All right. So that's been my morning. I've been doing that since bloody 7 a.m. and only still about made it live. So please do go and listen to the pod. It's going to be something that we're doing twice a week, me, Dan, and Nick. Ideally, it's going to be released on Thursdays, which is today, and also on Mondays after the weekend's games. This is the first one. It's going to be the pilot. We're kind of going to iron a few things out, but we're going to hopefully be here. It's not really about tech. It's just about rival companies and making things difficult. Spotify this and Acast that and putting this here and not allowing that to go there, which I didn't quite realise until 11 p.m. last night. Fun times. This is what happens when you're trying to relaunch podcasts, and we're already doing everything here. But please, if you want to, go and have a listen. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple, and I hope you enjoy it. And before I get into today's show, I want to say a big shout out to Dean. Dean, I saw you down there in the comments, because I've received a little letter from Dean with some cool badges, man. These look like some old school badges. Have a look at this, right? Man United and Magic. And look at this one as well. That one there. Can you see that one? And then a little pin badge as well. It's like a little Blue Peter pin badge. That one there. Can't really see that much. Now, you won't be able to see those on the wall, but I'm going to put them up on the wall. So thank you very much for sending those in, Dean. They're like some old school kids badges, man. They must have some years on them, Dean. They're wicked. They're the sorts of cool things that I'd love you all to send in. Doesn't have to be something expensive, just something maybe a little bit, I don't know, some United memorabilia that you might have that you don't mind adding to the wall. So, that was I'm kind of surprised that I managed to get the live show started on time. But yeah, please do go and listen if you want to. Right? I'll tell you something else I've got ready. Next time the postman knocks on the door and I've got to go, good morning. to the elevator. Should we just keep this on the whole time? No. But we've got the elevator music. It's all ready. So next time somebody tries to interrupt the show, you can have some top tier entertainment. You can have a little conversation with Fergie. Do like a bit of elevator music. I want to go back in the elevator now. I remember there was one time where I was not obsessed, but I was really trying to build a proper big soundboard to be part of the show. And maybe I could go back to that. Make it a little. I suppose it's a little bit more radio. I'm not going to go Tim Westwood and just like. Not going to get those in. Yeah, but the music's got to be cheesy, man. It's elevator music. There's a very specific elevator music. Right, anyway, let's run through the United news. It's been a bit of a distraction this morning. We got some fixture date changes. You can see them down there. United getting absolutely stinky kickoff times. So for any match-going fans, man, they're grim. Thursday against West Ham at home, 8 p.m. kickoff. 2 back-to-back Monday 8 p.m. kickoffs. One away at Wolves, one at home against Bournemouth. And then the 4:30 kickoff against Villa on the 21st. Little mad stat here from Andy Mitten, saying there's one United home game on a weekend in 12 weeks. That's mad. Yeah, maybe Tim Westwood isn't the best example to use at present, let's be totally honest. So it's always the ones you least expect. Say nobody ever about Tim Westwood. Well, yeah, just wanted to tell you that. Bit of news. Daz is saying it's annoying we can't play most Saturdays. TV, I mean, we rarely get... Who was it? Sunderland? That was a Saturday 3 o'clock. It's very rare for United to get Saturday kickoffs. Let's be honest. But yeah, just thought I'd bring it up. And then this little conversation, which is, I'll be honest, I don't think this is going to go much further than this. Have you heard of the salary cap and what it is? Like, it's called anchoring. So basically, it's explained down there, right? It limits the amount of money that any side can spend to a multiple of the amount the bottom side received in broadcast revenue and prize money. I don't know what that was last year. But effectively, it's a way of, as they call it, anchoring the bottom team and what they're able to spend versus the top team. Now, that will give a competitive advantage to a lot of the lower teams. But if I remember correctly, the 14 out of 20 Premier League teams need to vote on something for it to go through. Is that right? Brian down there talking about Brighton being 5:30 on Saturday and Chelsea 5:30 on Saturday. That's about the only Saturday kickoffs you're going to get, really, mainly. The late Saturdays. Haven't had an 8 p.m. Saturday yet. Gordon, you're saying it will come or something similar. Everything comes from American sports. I don't know if this happens in American sports. You know, the one thing one thing I've always loved about American sports is the concept of the draft. And if you finished bottom the year before, you're going to get top dibs on the college players that are coming through. Obviously, we don't have the same sort of college system, so you can't actually implement that. But I've always liked that. And sort of keeping it competitive and giving those teams who haven't had the best of seasons the opportunity to get one of the most exciting youngsters, and then all of a sudden next season everything changes. But yeah, I just don't really see this happening if it comes in with a 14 out of 20 rule, because anybody in the top half of the table really is probably going to be voting against it. So I doubt that comes in, being honest. Right, let's move on to the actual news. This kind of news around United. Now, of course, the international break is now over. Players are back at Carrington. Oh, stupid music. Twitter, man. When you mute a video and then you play it, it's then unmuted. And you go back and then you play, and then it's unmuted. It keeps unmuting itself. It always never happens to me. Anyway, there's Uncle and Boomer. Uncle at 26. Back at Carrington. That was Aiden Heaven on Snapchat yesterday. So quite a few of the players were back at Carrington already. And as I said, it was a pretty successful international break as far as United go. No injuries. Some players we needed to get some minutes, got some minutes under their belt. Ahmad got a golden assist for Ivory Coast. Cunha will be fitter and Boomer will be fitter. Šeško will be fitter. Yoro got some minutes. Diego Leon made his debut. Zani, well, he's not going to play for the Belgian team anytime soon. And Dorgo had a good performance in his first game for Denmark. I think he was left on the bench for the second. All in all, it's as good as an international break can be for United. And then moving forward from that, we got this. So this is the top 25 for the Golden Boy Trophy. Awarded every single year to, what is it, under 21? Don't know what the age limitation is. But anyway, it's the top 25. And you can see a certain Lenny Yoro for Manchester United has been nominated for the Golden Boy Award. So congratulations to Lenny. He's made the top list. And look at that. How about that for blast from the past? United players, well, 3 United players have won the... Is it more than 3 have won it? I don't know. Yeah, Dorgo did score. You think he got he didn't get an assist in the first game. But he had a decent game. Rooney won it back in 2004. Anderson. Man, there's probably going to be quite a few of you who are part of the channel here who'd never really watched Anderson. Maybe it's just an 8, mate. That's 17 years ago, dude. Anderson was so much fun. There's always one interview I remember after I think United won the title and Ronaldo's interviewing him in the dressing room, like eating a burger. And Anderson can't speak English. And then Ronaldo's just like, no, speak English, please. He was just a character. An absolute character. It's just the injuries completely plagued him. I'd love to do a little mini doc on Anderson. He's got some mad stories from Brazil as well. Anyway, Martial in 2015. That's going to make you feel sad, isn't it? Remember he had a clause in his contract in case he won the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, about that. Mike, you're saying I dislike talking about Anderson. I don't dislike talking about him. I mean, he didn't, if I remember correctly, our midfield against Arsenal when we beat them 8-2 was Anderson and Cleverley, wasn't it? Ashley Young banned in 2 free kicks. Rooney scored 2. I think Nani scored. Is it Nani scored in that game as well? I think Everett scored. That'd be a good pub quiz question. Anyway, congratulations to Lenny Yoro. I've kind of got a bit distracted there by talking about old United players. But Lenny Yoro's in the top 25. Don't know who's going to win it. Who would you tip to win it out of this list? So look. Pau Kabasi, Desire Duet. He's pretty damn cool. Man, I wish we were able to sign him. I'll zoom in a little bit. Who are you backing from this list? Dean Howson, Kenan Yildiz, Lewis Skelly, Zeremri Goulet. Who would I back? Quite like Archie Gray from Spurs, to be honest. I'm guessing you're going to give it to Doué, aren't you? Right? He's just won the treble. Feels like you're probably going to give it to Doué. Yeah, I think you are. Quite a few of you are saying it down in the chat. I don't know who else you would. Oh, anyway. It's good for him that he got nominated. Right? It's a good recognition of Yoro's talents. And how good he is. I'm very glad that we've got him. And he better be starting on Sunday. Quite a few of you are saying Doué. Aiden is saying Mastantuono. Nah, I think Doué will get it. Yildiz? Maybe good. Yildiz, probably not. Anyway, stadium. Now, obviously, because this is how it works here, we haven't currently produced one of our higher quality United People's production videos for a little while. So what have we been working on? We've been working on a new stadium video and a new stadium update. We got the script research. We did it all. Editor was working on it in the background. And then all the news decides to break in the last 36 hours. After we got it. Thank you very much. So now we're working on just adding in the new information into that video, but it's going to be a complete summary of what the situation is right now, kind of explaining a bit more detail about the kind of stalemate that's going on with Freightliner. But Mike Keegan from the Daily Mail said this yesterday, right? I mean, that's a bit much. Get a major green light. No. They're just optimistic that a deal for land around Old Trafford will be struck. And basically saying that United have been in talks there. It can be revealed that United officials have now carried out what have been described as constructive discussions with Freightliner and are optimistic about striking a deal within the next coming months. And effectively, this entire design relies on this happening. This entire design of the canopy, basically covering the whole area, completely undercover. So it's I don't know what to describe it. But it's certainly not just a stadium. Yeah, DP, thank you very much. If United could give me a heads up, just so they don't ruin the videos, I really would appreciate it. Freightliner are kind of holding United for ransom, really. They want 400 mil. United are offering 50. I don't know whether that's United slightly lowballing with the 50 mil offer. I don't know the value of the land. I've no idea. But Freightliner are kind of taking a piss because they know they can. They've got a monopoly on it, if you know what I mean. It's theirs. There's only one of them. You can't go and buy another one. So that's why they're sort of digging their heels in. Yeah, I don't think we need to have another whole conversation about whether the canopy is the right design or not. That's not really part of the conversation today because we could be here all day on that. The point is that Mike Keegan from the Daily Mail is reporting that constructive talks are happening behind the scenes because prior to this, it's all been like not constructive, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, Alex, you're mentioning compulsory purchase orders. We got that all covered inside that video. So this video, our plan is to release it tomorrow. We've got to work on the finishing touches for it today. And it should bring you completely up to date as to what's happening behind the scenes and where we're at. Okay? Now what we're saying down here. Andrew, you saying the land's worth about 40 mil? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know how you'd even figure out the value of the land. I don't even know. Andy saying loving the badges. Everyone loves a badge. Man. Luke saying it was a bit of a bad move announcing the stadium plans before negotiating the land purchase. Gives Freightliner all the power. I mean, you could say that if you wanted to, but if United entered the conversations with Freightliner, it would have already come out. I suppose you wouldn't have known the plans itself. I think, just personal take on this, I think this is why the government involvement is so important for stuff like this. And like people, the optics from the outside, people think that the government is going to be paying for Manchester United's new stadium, which is just, it's never been the case. You can scream it all you want. You can be angry. It's not the case. They're not going to be paying for it. Will they pay and get involved in redeveloping all the land around it? Well, yeah, they probably will, because that's a massive regeneration project, which is a big part of what the government is trying to do. It always will. And using that influence to then make Freightliner agree a deal. Let's find out. But yeah, that's going to be the lunchtime video tomorrow, I think. Lunchtime video today is the starting 11 for Liverpool. Going to bring that forward today because this video was supposed to go out at lunchtime today. We've had to delay it by another day. What else are we saying down here? Teresa's saying maybe you should have badges in the merch. That might be a cool idea. Tell you what we're doing right now in the background. I'll tell you a little exclusive on the merch side of things. So you can see here, United People's TV. I've only got a couple of these, one t-shirt and one hoodie. We're going to be planning on relaunching the merch in some point in November. And the big focus of the merch is going to be posters. Because and I'll just be completely honest and upfront to all of you here. Because of the costs of everything these, I mean, you know full well how expensive bloody everything is. That's all been massively passed into the production. So you then have to increase the price of everything. And now, like, to sell a hoodie is like, it seems just a lot to ask for. And even t-shirts, really. But posters, we can keep at a pretty fair price point for everybody. So what we're doing right now in the background is we're working on designing somewhere between 6 to 8 brand new, completely original United posters, which we're hoping to relaunch at some point in November. And in terms of the merch, in terms of like the clothing, we're probably going to keep it, but keep it for members only. So if you want to, as a member, you can still buy the t-shirts and the hoodies and stuff like that. But for everyone else, we're probably just going to make it posters only. So this is going on in the background. We might be able to do some coasters as well. We're looking into this. Posters and coasters. But yeah, that's what I'm planning with the merch. So that's all going on in the background at the same time. We've got designers working on some stuff right now. And everyone loves a poster. Gordon, you're saying you could do with lights above those frames on the wall. Gordon. Where are they? I've had 4 of these sat down there for about 6 weeks. No, probably about 2 months now. I just haven't got around to sticking these up above the posters. That's in the plans. I've been working on stuff in my garden. I'll actually be able to share you some photos on that, because hopefully the by Saturday I should be able to share some pretty cool photos, because we're nearly there. But yeah, I know the lights should be going above them. Just haven't put them in yet. Brian saying, please do a massive United People's TV mug. There you go. I missed the lift music hop. Damn it. I'm just going to start randomly walking around so I can play the music. Okay. So yeah, we're going to get new lights in here. We'll get new poster range. Maybe we'll do some mugs for members as well. I will not be producing hairdryers. Steve saying, could we get more of the cartoon posters, please? I'm collecting them. Hey, Steve, I love those. We will be doing more of those. Where are they? Are they here? I don't actually know if I've got any of those in. Have I got any? I think so. What have I got over there? Whoa! Better hold music. Nah, I think they're next door. I've got so many. I cannot tell you how many bloody posters I've got. I swear I've paid for like 40% of Stan Chow's revenue stream. I've got so many posters I can probably give to some. If there's probably quite a few that I won't be able to use on the show anymore. I might actually be able to just give them away to some members. I'll figure that out. I've honestly got about 30-ish posters in the other room. F-Star is saying, will you get some guests on the new podcast, Sam? Some athletic journos? We got some big plans for the new podcast. Guests are definitely part of it, and hopefully get some ex-players on there as well. Hopefully do some real-life sit-down chats with people as well. That's the plan. Anyway, it's quite a fun, different show here today. Lots of different things to speak about. Should we speak about this? Speak about these two lads? It's only going to be a little bit of a brief conversation. 21 is coming saying giveaway for the Garnacho one. Man, I've got so many Garnacho ones. Should we have a little poster? Let me bring some posters out. 1 second here. dying. These are the posters I can't use anymore. Who wants a Hoyland poster? Anybody want a Hoyland poster? I've got a Hoyland poster here. I do like it. This one's a shame because I really like this one. That was a Stan Chow one. Never mind. Probably not going to need this one either. Let's be honest. Probably not going to need this one. Man, I love this poster range. I think it's one of the most original things that we've created. I love doing original stuff. Right? This one's a cool one. And again, I love this design. Really went into the South American culture and vibe on that one. Man. Shame you're a dick. This one's going to make you sad. That one's going to make you dead sad. Oh, actually, no, this one's going to make you worse. Yeah. That's the worst one. What we all thought was going to be an iconic photo ended up going into the scrap heap pretty quickly. Painful. So, yeah. That's 8 framed posters I've got down there that I can't use anymore. Rory, they're not available to buy anywhere, but I'll tell you what, we'll sort something out, all right? Because I'm sure there are some of you that would love to have them. I can't use them anymore as part of this studio, but it doesn't mean that you couldn't use them yourselves. So we'll try and do some sort of members-only giveaways. I'll speak with Alex. I'll speak with Jimmy. We'll get that organised because that could be fun. It'll be awesome if you could make use out of something that I now can't make use out of. Right. That was random. At least I got to use the whole music. That's the only reason I actually did it. Shall we? Yeah, there's a lot of Garnacho. Baleba, and Wharton, right? This is what Fabrizio's reporting on Baleba yesterday, which, let's be honest, I think United might test the waters. We did the poll yesterday. I don't think we need to do it. Was it yesterday or the day before? We don't need to do it again. Rashid saying, why not keep them and open a museum? Why not a live giveaway? Charitable donation? Danny, you're saying you'd love the Hoyden one? Yeah, he's kind of sad seeing all. We'll figure out the best thing to do with them, all right? We'll figure out the best thing to do with them and we'll get it done. Maybe we can donate a few to charity. Maybe we can give a couple away to members. We'll find out. Now, as I told you, we've been working on a series. It's kind of a scouting series. It's going to be really in-depth. It's going to tell you a lot about what's going on with Baleba this season, about what's going on with Wharton this season, and about what's going on with Elliot Anderson this season. It won't just be top-line info. It'll be far more in-depth than that. About what Fabian Herzler has been saying about Baleba, about what he himself has been saying, about the performances themselves, going into it, like diving into it a bit more. I don't know which one United are going to go after, but you've got, I think, iPaper. Is it iPaper? They run by The Independent? I don't know. This is what they're suggesting. William, that's a pretty cool idea, saying you can raffle them internally and all the money can go to charity. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a raffle and then I can add in some money too from United People's TV and then we can all choose a charity that we'd like it to go to. That could be a nice thing. Anyway, we'll do something nice with those because I'd rather that than they all just sit there collecting dust next door. You will know that when I did my video this summer about my dream summer window, it was Wharton ahead of Baleba. Because I see him as a as much as I know how bad we are when it comes to the physical side of things in midfield, and that's where Baleba is on a level above. I just look at Wharton as, I wouldn't even say a missing piece. I just see Wharton, and I see the type of game that he has, his profile, where it's kind of progression and passing first. That's what draws me to him. That's what drew me to him. That's why I said that he would probably be a better signing for United than Baleba. I think both of them would be amazing signings. Wharton, Anderson, Camavinga and Baleba for me. All of them. All of them. You could raise some money and buy Wharton. If anybody gives me 70 million for these posters, I'm closing down the channel and running away. See ya. Anyway, you've got suggestions that Wharton's up on the list and Baleba's going down. We're still in October. There's just going to be speculation around this. But yeah, over the next few weeks, you will get those videos out, as I said, one per week on each player. Starting next week with the Baleba. The reason we've delayed it to next week is because we play Brighton on Saturday, so it feels correct to release the video during that week when it's going to be a lot of conversation around him. No idea whether Wharton's a United fan. I don't know where you've read that. MB saying Wharton would be ideal, but he's not blessed with pace. If we're reconstructing the midfield properly, both should be a priority. Wow, imagine that. That's called being greedy. Come on, let's be greedy. Man United in the summer. Moving on, Casemiro and Ugarte. Bruno. I think Bruno will be sold next summer. It's just that's just the way I see it going. He might not, but that's the way I see it going. So you could hypothetically move on Casemiro, Ugarte, and Bruno, and then bring in Baleba and Wharton and have Mainu in midfield. And therefore you've got Mainu, Baleba, and Wharton. Disgusting. And then you're probably looking at Wharton and Mainu as kind of dovetailing each other in terms of their profiles. And then in terms of Baleba being the outstanding physical central midfielder, you would then probably look towards, I don't know, maybe Christian Orozco coming through as an understudy, the lad that we're signing, or Sekou Kone coming through, or, let's find out if we do signing, Mo Darbo, the Senegalese lad. You could, yeah, DP, by the way, you're completely spot on there. Liverpool will be in for all of these. Midfield is going to be their priority next summer. You saw how much money they spent this summer, and they're probably going to do it again. I don't know whether they do the same again, but it's going to be a very competitive market. So I'm purely speaking in fantastical, probably not going to happen terms. Does sound good, though. Right, let's speak about a player who's currently at the club who may not be come the end of January. Anthony saying why not buy both? Well, I've just explained it would be like the dream. It would be a dream, a sort of a fantastical dream. But Liverpool will be banging for a central midfielder. I guarantee you City are next season too. It feels like they're going to try and sign their Rodri replacement. Zirkzee, right? I'll be honest. I feel sorry for the lad. I think his frustrations at United now are the product of a jumbled transfer strategy and approach. Because we wanted Šeško last summer, we couldn't get him. We got Zirkzee, and now we've got him in this summer, and then therefore he's behind him in the pecking order. And then this summer, we've actually gone out and signed two number 10s who are both better than Zirkzee in terms of Premier League. They're just better than Zirkzee. Cunha and Abumo are better players than Zirkzee. That's the truth. So he's not getting any minutes anywhere. Origami saying I'm all in for a Zirkzee redemption arc. I don't even think it's a redemption arc. He's not getting opportunities. I don't really think he's going to get many. His opportunities are going to be limited to 20 minutes max at the end of games. I very much doubt that changes between now and January. I don't, in the way that, anyway, the reason I'm putting this up is because this is what's being reported by the Times. Saying that Roma are keen to offer Zirkzee an escape from United. And they're saying that he's... They're monitoring his situation before a potential January loan bid. So that's what's been reported by the Times. And yeah, I do think I would put Mount ahead of Zirkzee too. I think I agree on that. He's just not... There is really pretty much no chance... Injuries aside and touch wood and all that, I think there's pretty much no chance that Zirkzee gets opportunities. Yeah, Naz, I think I agree on that one, saying his opportunities kind of got erased with no European football. This is one of those direct consequences of United only playing one game a week. This was a guarantee to happen. The players at our football club are going to be frustrated due to a lack of minutes. It's what happens when you don't have enough games. I think it's going to be our shortest season. I don't know how long. I swear I read 40 years before, but I don't know whether I'm making that up or not. But it's one of our shortest seasons in terms of how many games we're playing in a long, long time. And it just so happens to be that Zirkzee is one of those players who is frustrated. But I'm not playing him ahead of Mount or Cunha or Mbeumo or really even Ahmad or Šeško. So I don't think that United and Amorim's playing his favourites and not playing Zirkzee when he deserves. Of course, he deserves opportunities. I don't disagree with that. But I think I would prefer to play others ahead of him. Mike, you're saying down there, 6 doesn't go into 2. United are just... Man, we've got so many players who want to play in the number 10 roles. We are like triple stacked. So unbalanced, the squad, isn't it? You haven't really got... You don't really have many choices in central midfield, and then you've just got an abundance of choices in the 2 number 10 roles. Manak there with the... Just drop Bruno and play Zirkzee. No. Nope. Not going to be doing that. Gordon saying Ahmad isn't a wing-back. Dude, the exact position where he got his assist from was the wing-back role. I know he was playing as a winger, so he might have received the ball in a little bit more space. But that's exactly the spaces that he occupies in that wing-back role. And again, if you want to talk about Ahmad not playing a wing-back role, then then you've got Ahmad and Mbeumo and Cunha and Mount vying for 2 number 10 spots, and then that doesn't even get Bruno into the equation, and he should be probably the first name on that list. If we're being completely honest, if our squad was built properly, of all the number 10s that we have, Bruno's number 1. Ahead of Cunha, ahead of Mbeumo, ahead of Mount, ahead of Zirkzee, ahead of Ahmad, ahead of everybody. Bruno's number 1. But because we've gone out and signed those 2, that was part of the strategy this summer. Bringing all the goals that are Premier League proven. Bruno can play deeper. He'll be able to do it. I think that was... I'm not going to say a swing and a miss, but I think that was... So far, it's proven misguided. Now, whether we start scoring more, we'll find out. But let's move on to the game. Zirkzee, I think Zirkzee leaves in January. I think there's a strong chance that Mainu leaves in January as well. But while I think that Mainu will, if Mainu is allowed to leave on loan in January, I think United are going to have to really strongly consider it if we don't give him any more games, sorry. I think Zirkzee could leave with an obligation. That's possible. Anyway, let's speak about the game swing. It's 40 minutes in. We've had a bit of a fun, a bit of a different pod here. We've got pod. Let's call it a pod. I got pod on my mind. I'll say it one more time. The new pod is launched. It's called the United People's Podcast now. It's me, it's Dan and Nick. I hope you like the lads. I'm probably going to be bringing them on the channel at some point soon as well. Really nice lads. Both United fans. Dan's a season ticket holder. Just people that I've met through running United People's TV. So I hope you listen to it. I hope you enjoy it. And if you do, please do leave a 5-star review because that makes a big, big difference. But you might struggle to find it in terms of search right now because the podcast name has been changed. But it will come back. But yeah, the game this weekend. These are the odds. 60% chance of Liverpool winning, according to the bookies. 19% for United. And a 20% draw. So 40% chance that United get a result. I mean, that's pretty fair. I'm already nervous. We spoke about it in the pod, of course. This from like Simon Stone from the BBC this morning, like, United's next 4 games could shape their season. I swear you could have that conversation about pretty much any time of the season for United. John, I think that's a fair question down there, saying, can you put a link to the pod here? Let me try and find it. Can I share that? Share. Copy link to episode. Can I paste that there? What do you know? I think that's it there. Replace pinned message. Ladies and gents, I think I've just pinned the link to the latest pod episode. So click that. And you're not very happy that Liverpool got a 60% chance of winning. I think it might be slightly generous, but let's be totally honest. We haven't won there in 10 years. That's why Liverpool have 60% there. Yeah, sure, they've lost 3 games in a row. I understand that. But we haven't won there in 10 years. Alex, you're saying that Simon Stone's got a point there. Yeah, I know he's got a point there, but my point here is that if these next 4 games go through, you could probably say the same thing about the next 4 games after the next international break. They might not be the level of games that we've got now. The reason he's saying it is because it's Liverpool away, Brighton at home, then Forest, and then Spurs away back-to-back. 40% chance of United getting a result. I'll take that. Samuel Luckhurst from Manchester Evening News is saying that Mazraoui could be back for Liverpool. I am not playing any player in this game unless they're 100% fit. I'm really not. That includes Mazraoui. That includes Mason Mount, Matheus Cunha, Šeško, anybody. Anybody who's not 100% fit in this game. Oh, maybe I'm being unrealistic by saying 100% fit. I'm just not taking risks that don't need to be taken. Is that a fair way to describe it? My starting 11 video is going to go out at lunchtime today, and I'll tell you what, it's going to be quite a difficult starting 11 to guess. Because it sort of depends how you think Ruben Amorim's going to really approach this game. I think we all know how we're going to approach this game because we've got a specific way that's worked in these games right now. Like, we're in the goodness of time, I don't know when this is going to happen, but it will happen. In the goodness of time, there will reach a point where Manchester United go into these games. Liverpool away, Arsenal away, City away, not the big ones. And we go in there with the intention of playing on the front foot from the first whistle. Not that we're going to go out guns blazing, but that's not how we approach these games currently. We do sit in more of a low block. We do defend our box. And we do hit more on the counter. We, for want of a better way to describe it, we go in with an underdog mentality to these games. You say that's a fair way to describe it? That's how I've mentally, as a fan, approached these big games for a long-ass time. Not because I want to, but just a reflection of where Manchester United is right now. But at some point, and I don't know when this shift's going to happen, United will go into these games puffing our chest out and being the dominant team, no matter who we're playing. That'll be nice. I don't know whether that's going to happen on Sunday, even though Liverpool have lost 3 games in a row. No. Phil, you're saying last time United went there and won, it was Rooney with a solo goal. Is that 1-0? Was it 2016? I think so. Stephen's saying, does Bruno play as a 10? Should Mount start as one of the 10s as he's earned a spot? You could speak about those. You speak about whether Cunha starts ahead of Mount. You could speak about whether Ahmad starts at right wing back or whether he takes a more, I suppose, defensive approach. There's definitely options across the pitch that Ruben Amorim's got to choose between. I'll run through my starting 11 in the lunchtime video, okay? I agree with you, Stephen, as well there. I do think Šeško starts up top. I don't know why you wouldn't. I think he's going to be crucial in this game. There's a few players I think will be crucial. Šeško is definitely one of them. Tony saying I'll put a tenner on Liverpool. With my luck, United will trounce them. That's good. I've got a mate Jake who does that as well. Just for the team, I'm going to put a bet on the opposite. Because then obviously I'll lose, because that's how it works. What are we saying down here? Last minute or two. Any questions you want to fire in, please do. I'll say this one more time again. The new podcast has been released today. Ran into some technical issues, but it should be fine on Spotify to listen to and fine on Apple. The video version I'm going to be uploading as a pilot episode into the members only area on YouTube. I'll do that a little bit later this afternoon after I get the lunchtime video done. But the intention is for it to go on Spotify as a video podcast as well on the regular. Okay? What are we saying down here? Don't play Casemiro. I don't know who's going to choose in midfield. It's just stinky. I can't get excited about any midfield setup at United anymore. I really can't. Gordon, random question, but let's answer that. If Sky offered you a job, would you jump ship? I would politely say no. That's something that I've got no intention of. I'll give you a little bit of an insight here. Like, because of how I've operated United People's TV this whole time, like, it's me. I run this channel, which has nearly got 600,000 subscribers now, and there's so many of you tune in. It's just me. Every video, it's just me. Every podcast, it's me. Every video, it's me. Every voiceover, it's me. There is nobody else part of this team. Which is good to a certain point. But it's very much reached a stage where I need other people with the same sort of energy and passion and enthusiasm that I've got to join the team, to help take it forward, to maybe take some shows and maybe imagine this, for example. I could bring someone on board who's capable of holding and hosting a live show like this, and then all of a sudden we can start doing Saturday and Sunday shows. I think that would be a cool thing to do. I'd need to trust that person, of course. They need to have the right technical setup and the knowledge. But I'd love to do that. There's stuff that I want to do, but I don't have the capacity to do it anymore. As much as I love what I do here, if I was to do it on a Saturday and Sunday, I'd go nuts. I would go nuts. And you're saying we are winning. 2-1, late goal thriller. Visualise to realise and all that. I like that. Alex saying, if they invited you on the overlap, would you say yes? I think I probably would. I'm not actually sure if the overlap pay people still. Last I heard, they only pay like travel, which I think is it's a bit grim, for me, completely honest. And the one thing I don't like about the overlap, and I'll just being truthful here, is it very much feels like the overlap is more about the sound bites and the clips that can be pushed around social rather than the conversation that is driven itself. And I think that might have been a switch. Still very well produced thing, but I think that can be said about a lot of things now. Kieran saying you could actually get to go to games for once. I'd love that. I'm going to the Brighton game. I'd love to be able to, I don't know, maybe once a month, maybe once every couple of months, get to go to a game, whether it's home or away. Watch-alongs. Well, I'll never do a watch-along. Maybe there'll be... maybe. I suppose that's something that could happen in theory. We could bring watch-alongs to the channel, but it's just not me. Maybe people wouldn't need to tune into that. Could start by having someone sit in while you answer the door. There he is. There's Boss Man. But yeah, I'll go into the members chat. I'll speak with Jimmy. We've got 8 framed posters there. I don't know how you post them because... Yeah, I think I'd send them because I don't need these poster frames anymore. All the stuff I've bought... I can't tell you how much... I tell you how much money I've spent on studio and bits for the studio. Because these poster frames now don't fit because I've got these much bigger ones. You can't see that on there. I've got these ones. So actually, I need to send them framed. So I need to be able to package it up properly. Yeah, and a live meet-up at a game. Like, if anybody's going to the Brighton, maybe we'll do an unofficial meet-up before the Brighton game. Not quite sure there. I don't actually know what's going on there yet. There's loads of stuff that we could do. Absolutely loads. More that just require more than me. We're kind of reaching the capacity of what I'm able to give you without the quality going down. So that's why it's really exciting that we're starting this. I think Dan and Nick are probably going to be going places. Really good lads. Understand United fans. I hope you enjoy it. Well, yeah. Right. I'll wrap up today's show. Lunchtime video is going to be the starting 11. Tomorrow, live show, and hopefully the stadium video, which I think you're very much going to like. The quality of this video, I'll say it now, it could be something special. Hold that thought, all right? I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you all for tuning in. Please do drop a like on the video, and I will see you later on.